Welcome to Talmudic Treasures. Today we're learning Yevamot, page 21, which discusses this concept called Neosclerios, that even though there are biblical prohibitions that a person is not allowed to marry certain women, the rabbis extended it and said even rabbinically there are certain women that we also do not allow. And this is what's called a Gazera, a decree in which the sages, the rabbis, made. And if we look throughout the various laws that we keep, many of them are found in the Torah, and some of them are decrees or enactments that were created by the rabbis. And many people look at it and say that the rabbis are making things a bit difficult, and it's sometimes misunderstood the reason why they decide to add all these extra laws when it goes above and beyond the 613 mitzvot that we already have to do. So on today's page, we are told that King Solomon actually was one of the individuals who was involved in the process of adding a lot of laws. However, it was looked upon in a very favorable way. The Talmud tells us that until Shlomo came along, the Torah itself was comparable to this very hard, large barrel. And if you would be required to move a barrel from point A to point B with your hands, and it's so heavy and there's nothing to hold on to, it's very easy, it could slip right out of your hands. And all the contents that are found inside could spill and break. And because of that, Shlomo came and he added all these different restrictions, in which the Talmud here says it's comparable to a handle. That he actually put handles onto those barrels. And you can now imagine that when you're holding onto this barrel with these two handles, it's much more likely that you'll be able to keep the contents in the barrel. The barrel will not break, it will not spill, and you'll be able to bring it with more ease from point A to point B. And this is how the Talmud explains is the reason why these various laws were made. So not to make ourselves in our lives more difficult. On the contrary, it's in order that we should be able to fulfill the various mitzvot and not to have to be concerned, just like this barrel slipping out of our hands, that we may not necessarily follow the laws properly. And therefore the rabbis, upon making these laws, did it with our interests in mind.